Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. This Wednesday, we will study the Panchama Veda, the Gospel of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. We will start from the page 897 English, but our main discussion will be from the page 899 and the Bengali page 974. So let us begin with this stotra. तब कथामृतम तप्त जीवनम कविभिरीडितम कल्मषापहम श्रवण मंगलम श्रीमदाततम भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Now, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was discussing with the devotees in that the house that was rented for him for his treatment in the North Calcutta called Shampukur. And Dr. Sharkar, a very famous doctor in those days, so he was taking care, he used to come. Now, here we find, and as because we are continuing, Narendra is singing, and he is singing, O Lord, must all my days pass by so utterly in vain? Jabe ki he dino amar bifale choliye. It's a very famous song. Some of our Ramakrishna Mission Swamis, the singers, they sing it. It's a very beautiful song. Then one after another, O gracious Lord, if like a bee my soul cannot embed itself deep in the lotus of thy feet. So Narendra is going on singing. It was 5:30 in the afternoon when Dr. Sharkar came to the master's room at Shampukur, felt his pulse and prescribed the necessary medicine. Many devotees were present, including the Master Moshe is not the giving of all the devotees, but apart from the known devotees that we know, there were many others that he is mentioning, including Narendra, Girish, Dr. Dhukari, the young Naren, Rakal, M, that means the Master Moshe himself, Sharat, and Shyambabu. Dr. Sharkar talked a little about the master's illness and watched him take the first dose of medicine. Then Sri Ramakrishna began to talk to Shyambabu. Dr. Sharkar started to leave, saying, now that you are talking to Shyambabu, I shall say goodbye to you. Look at it, this man. As because the Master Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is not giving attention to him, immediately he got up. So this shows that so much of ego. I am Dr. Sharkar, and if you don't give attention to me, then I won't be here. So this is happening in front of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in presence of the Lord himself. But still Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, to help them, to help the Sharkar, he is going on talking with him, giving attention. Friends, we know that according to Vedanta and according to the Hindu scripture, the creation is nothing but the manifestation of the same divinity who is known as the Brahman or as Ishvara or God, and creation is nothing but that divinity in different names, in different forms, but it is the same divinity. This is the basis of the Hinduism. But even then, we are separate from God. We suffer because of our karma. That what makes us separate from the God? Ego. But if we try to analyze and try to find out what is this ego, it's very difficult to find out. Because we say I, but that I we cannot find out. The body, it is changing. Which I then? Which body? The baby or the child or the young man or the old man? The same person is changing. So, no, but he is going on saying that I, the child is also saying I, young man is also saying I, the same man when he is old saying I, and then pointing to the body. But which body? This is very peculiar. Mind also changing. So if we carefully analyze, actually there is no ego, there is no I, but still we are fighting, we are doing everything on the basis of the ego. And we think that if the ego is not there, then I am lost. My individuality, my personality, my identity is lost. But they won't find the ego if they try to find out. So this is very peculiar. Why? Because we are in ignorance, and that is called Maya. And in the Vedanta, it calls Maya. This Maya means is a delusion, but you think that it is real. So Dr. Sharkar, he got up, and then the master and the devotee asked the doctor if he would like to hear some songs. They like him. So, and they want that he should be there because Sri Ramakrishna is there, and naturally he can constantly observe the Sri Ramakrishna. It will be better for. So that these are the reason. So, and Sri Ramakrishna liked him. He is straightforward. And not only that, Sri Ramakrishna has come to re-establish Dharma. Sri Ramakrishna, the God himself, he has taken the incarnation of the avatar. So why? Because to re-establish Dharma. And he is not killing or annihilating like the Rama or Sri Krishna, the bad people, but transforming them. So this time the God is not killing anyone, but transforming them. How he is transforming? That we see every Wednesday when we are reading these pages, we find this person like the Girish Ghosh and the Dr. Sharkar. When they are sitting, they cannot talk to each other. So much of ego. But Sri Ramakrishna slowly taking that ego out. Now he got up and said, okay, you are talking with him, that is okay, I will leave. He said, do you like to listen some songs? Dr. Sharkar to the master, that means to Sri Ramakrishna. I should like it very much, but music make you frisk about like a kid and cut all sorts of capers. You must suppress your emotion. He is telling that you must suppress your emotion. Dr. Sharkar took his seat once again, and Narendra began to sing in a sweet voice to the accompaniment of the tanpura and mridanga. Mridanga is there are different type of musical instrument, and the mridanga, both sides are the same size as a made of wood, and the both side is covered with some animal, the skin, and they beat on that, but the both sides are the same, but it gives a different type of sound. So the mridanga and the tanpura he is singing. This universe, wondrous and infinite, O Lord, is thy handiwork. So this universe is thy handiwork, though wondrous and infinite. Why he said infinite? Because the Srishti, we do not know when it started. Because only the other day when we are studying the Bhagavatam, there it says that the Brahma, got the knowledge from the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, and then he meditated and prayed to Vishnu so that he can get the knowledge of the previous creation. Look at it. Previous creation. Now, previous creation, he got that knowledge and he reproduced that. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, about the creation. When the first creations began, he said, Hindus are bold enough to say, we do not know. Creation is also eternal, so it says infinite. O Lord, is thy handiwork. Then he sang, Nibida adhare mator chamoke o rupo rashi. In the dense darkness, O Mother, thy formless beauty sparkles. Formless beauty. And these are the words that they have used so wonderfully. The beauty, but there is no form. Nibida adhara. That means it is all dark, but at the same time, it is like this. Dr. Sharkar said to him, this song is dangerous for him. Sri Ramakrishna asked him what the doctor had said. Master Mahashay replied, the doctor is afraid that this song may throw your mind into samadhi. Now, when Sri Ramakrishna goes into samadhi, Dr. Sharkar thinks that that is the cause of his illness. Samadhi is the pure rest because the body and the mind is not functioning. The Dr. Sharkar, I think, this is my explanation, the Dr. Sharkar was not having an idea of the samadhi, and he is thinking that he is becoming emotional. It's not emotional. It's going to the reality that this world and all that we see is nothing actually there. So that is the way his mind goes and take rest. If a person can meditate even for 5 minutes, he doesn't need to sleep more than 3-4 hours. It's sufficient because it's rest. The whole brain gets rest. And you can imagine the samadhi. Meditation is nothing but just withdrawing the mind from the sense objects for a little time. And samadhi, you are completely merged in the consciousness. The great rest. But anyway, Dr. Sharkar thinks in that way. So when he said that, Sri Ramakrishna couldn't hear or could understand, so he asked the aim explain. And in the meantime, the Sri Ramakrishna had partially lost consciousness of the outer world. Looking at the physician, he said with folded hands, no, no, why should I go into samadhi? Hardly had he spoken these words when he went into a deep ecstasy. His body became motionless, his eyes fixed, his tongue speechless. He sat there like a statue cut in stone, completely unconscious of the outer world. Turned inward where his mind, ego, and all the other organs of perception. He seemed an altogether different person. Friends, when we read gospel, again and again, almost in every page, we see the Sri Ramakrishna going into samadhi. If you read the biography of the great personalities, spiritual personalities, once in a lifetime, maybe they have experienced samadhi. Once in a lifetime. I'm not comparing or criticizing. Just look at this, Sri Ramakrishna, apparently so simple. And no one actually knows him. But still, those who are really interested in spiritual life must follow his path because he is the only person in the modern day world, we can say, he is the only person, he was God living. One can survive the samadhi only if that particular person is God. Otherwise, it is impossible to survive. Once a person goes into samadhi, he is losing the outer consciousness, he lose the interest even in food and taking care of his body, then obviously he dies. Those who are having a really great purity and they have that command from the Supreme Lord to do some good work for the society, for the humanity, they survive. But again and again going into samadhi and coming back as if it is nothing, that is impossible. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, Avatara Varishtaya. It's not just because it is Vivekananda's guru, so he is eulogizing. Nothing like that. Those who has the idea, forget about the experience, idea about the samadhi, they will understand how difficult it is. Those who try to control their mind, their sense organs, they understand how difficult it is. Whole life if you are trying, even then it is difficult. So this Sri Ramakrishna, he is talking to doctor and telling that why I should not do that, I won't go there, but he is going as if his mind is natural way goes to the samadhi. And when he goes to the samadhi, he forgets everything. What is the experience? No one can explain. It is the subjective. But it is a tremendous joy that we can say. Because the Vedantin, they always give the example of the three stages, experience from the three stages, Jagrat, Sapna, Susupti. In the Susupti, in the dreamless stage, always we find happiness. It is our experience, ordinary people's experience. In the dreamless sleep condition, we always find it is happiness. And in the dreamless sleep condition, we lose our mind, forget our mind and forget our body, and there is no connection this body and mind. Then what is that? Atman, consciousness, it is somewhere. And obviously, when it comes back again and get associated with the body and mind, our feeling, our experience is of joy, of happiness. Now think of the samadhi, which they call, Vedantin call, is the fourth stage, Chaturtham, and that is Turiya condition. No one can explain the joy, the happiness, the intense, the happiness that is there. And Sri Ramakrishna, he is going and coming back, going and coming back. So his mind goes to that happiness. Again he comes back. Why? Dharma sthapana. That is the responsibility that was given to him. As the Supreme Lord told, you must leave. And Sri Ramakrishna, as a sadhaka, he was insisting, no, it is not necessary, I should go back to my original abode. And then you know that those who have read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, you know that in Dakshineshwar it happened, and the smoke came up from the floor, and suddenly inside the smoke there was a face of a rishi who said, no, you should stay in the bhava mukha, bhava mukha, bhava mukha. If you read the great master written by the Sharadanandaji Maharaj, his direct disciple, and it gives the explanation of the Bhavamukha. What is that Bhavamukha? This is this. He is as if sitting on suppose at a room and outside. He is sitting on the door, and then he can go out and he can go in any moment. The Sri Ramakrishna motionless. And Master Mahasaya has given the wonderful description. He sat there like a statue cut in some, completely unconscious of the outer world. Turned inward where his mind, ego, and all the other organs of perception. Altogether different person. Narendra continued his songs, pouring his entire heart and soul into them. The devotion, when a person is singing, when if there is no devotion, then that song may entertain other people, but actually it is not helping in spiritual life. The spiritual songs, that is completely different. Bhakti Sangeet they call. And some of the famous singers are there in India. But even then, when they are singing, they're singing for the commercial way, so that the people should appreciate, people should pay money, but they lose that devotion purpose. That they will be making different type of musical things. That is okay, but the devotion is completely different. It gives a different type of feeling. And Narendra continued his song, pouring his entire heart and soul into them. And one after another he continued. In the midst of the singing, Sri Ramakrishna had regained consciousness of the outer world. When Narendra finished the song, the Sri Ramakrishna continued his conversation, keeping them all spellbound. The devotee looked at his face in wonder. He did not know the slightest trace of the agonizing pain of his illness. The face shone with heavenly joy. Though we know that one of his direct disciples, Swami Turiyananda Ji Maharaj, he was having a carbuncle at the back, and he was a great yogi, and before everyone, he went to the doctor and the hospital told that, sorry, we are not having anesthesia, so we won't be able to operate. He said, it is too painful, you better operate. You don't need anesthesia. That particular moment, I will take out the mind from the body and you can operate. They were wondering, is it possible? Then, the doctors, they thought, well, let us try on him as because he is volunteering, so why not? So they experimented and they wondered. After some time, he himself said, please do the operation. Without anesthesia, they operated, and everything they did, it took long time, hours. But as if that body doesn't belong to him, he was looking at that and observing what these doctors are doing without any pain. It happened before everyone. That means one can take out the mind of his body. And we experience in our sleep. But when we can do it consciously, that is called meditation. The meditation is nothing but forgetting the body and the mind. And when you forget the body and the mind, you forget all the environment where you are. And that gives you tremendous happiness. So when they were operating, the patient, that Swami Turiyananda, he was enjoying because his mind was not associated in the body and mind. So this is the way we can explain. And now think of Sri Ramakrishna. Though he was having tremendous pain in the throat, but that moment, as he forgot his body, there was no pain at all. So Master Mahasaya observed that, then addressing the doctor, the Sri Ramakrishna said, give up this false modesty. The doctor sometimes he would say, oh no, I should not talk to you, oh I should leave. Like that, Sri Ramakrishna, now he is very straightforward, and for the sake of the devotee, the guru should be like that. If the guru is also thinking, oh no, I should not tell, why I should, because this is all modern things. No, but guru should not do that. What is really good for the disciple, he should straightforward say, because it does never care. What he is waiting for? That is the thing. If the disciple is withdrawing and going away, it doesn't matter at all. It is their fault and they are going to lose the blessings. So that is why the sannyasins must tell the truth for the betterment of the devotee, must point out. Here we find Sri Ramakrishna, but very politely he is mentioning, give up this false modesty. Why should you feel shy about singing the name of God? The proverb says, very truly, one cannot realize God if one is a victim of shame, hatred, or fear. Shame, hatred, and fear. Lajja, bhai, like that. There's a Bengali also they say. So I'm just forgetting now. These are the things, if they are there, they won't be able to realize God. I know that in Belur Math sometimes there will be Prabhat Kirtan, particularly in the Sri Ramakrishna's Titi Puja birthday, early morning. Then all these monks and brahmacharis, they will sing and dance, and first they will go all the whole temple, the big temple, and they will go round and round. After that, they will go to the to other temples, Raja Maharaj and Swami Vivekananda, Mother. Then they will go to the President Maharaj quarter, and they'll all sing. Atmastanandaji Maharaj was there. He, from distance, used to observe whether all the Swamis and the Brahmacharis, they are singing or dancing or not. And then sometimes he will observe and he will call and say, why you are not dancing? You are feeling the shy because other devotees are there. So your mind is going to the devotee, what the devotee will say, how they will think about me. That means your ego is there, your body consciousness is there, and you are not taking the benefit of losing that body consciousness, that ego. Go and dance. He used to tell like that, to the force like that. Sometimes others used to say, why you should do like that? I don't like to dance. Dancing means this. Sri Ramakrishna said, Lajja Grina Bhai. Yes. Lajja Grina Bhai, teen thakte nai. In Bengali they say. If you have the shyness, and if you have the hatred, and if you have the fear, you won't be able to realize God. These three should go away. And then Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning like that. Give up such foolish notions as, I am such a great man. Shall I dance crying the name of God? What will other great men think of me on hearing of this? They may say that the doctor, poor fellow, has been dancing uttering the name of Hari, and thus pity me. Give up all these foolish notions. And then Sri Ramakrishna is inspiring the doctor. Give up all this foolish notion. He himself used to dance. And why? You must forget your body consciousness, the ego. That is the main purpose. But the moment you are thinking about the others, that means you are conscious about yourself, and that is ego. So he is asking that. Then the doctor said, I never bother about what people say. I don't care a straw about their opinions. It's an egoistic sentence. The Sri Ramakrishna, yes, I know of your strong feeling about that. So all are laughing. Sri Ramakrishna didn't mention that you should ignore others. He is mentioning that you should not stop practicing spirituality thinking what people will say. No, you should not do that. So that is a completely different teaching. But the doctor is thinking, oh, I don't care because I am educated, I earn my money, I have my own family, who bothers about? So that is another egoistic thing. So Krishna, that's why he is mentioning, yes, I know of your strong feeling about that. So he said, I don't care. So all are laughing. Then Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, go beyond knowledge and ignorance. Only then can you realize God. This is a great statement, knowledge and ignorance. If we have the knowledge, then you have the ignorance. Those who say that I know, they don't know. This is a great teaching of the Upanishad. when the Upanishad says, Upanishad also in one of the Upanishads it mentions, those who say that I have realized Brahman, they have not. Why? Because the moment say I have realized Brahman, and because of that, that means you have not realized. They won't be able to say, but their face, their life, their whole personality, that will prove that they have already realized God. But this is the way it's mentioned in the Upanishad. Sri Ramakrishna, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also mentioning, go beyond knowledge and ignorance. What is the ignorance? Ignorance is accepting this variety of the world as the variety, as many. That is the ignorance. But when we know that all this variety is nothing but the manifestation of the same one, who can be called as Ishvara or God or Bhagavan or the Atman, Brahman, that consciousness manifested in different forms. And when we do not understand that and accept the differences as real, that is called ignorance. So knowledge and ignorance, jnana and ajnana. Ajnana, knowing this world as a variety, and jnana, knowing this variety, is nothing but the one. So this is according to the Vedantic terminology, jnana and vijnana. To know many things is ignorance. Pride of scholarship is also ignorance. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning the unwavering conviction that God alone dwells in these all beings is jnana. Then another step. Jnana is knowledge and ajnana is ignorance. What is ignorance? That all things are separate, different, etc. What is jnana? All things are nothing but the manifestation of the same consciousness. This is jnana. But conviction that God alone dwells in all beings is jnana, and knowledge to know Him intimately is vijnana, a richer knowledge. So ajnana, jnana, vijnana. This is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the unique way he is using ajnana, jnana and vijnana. And what is vijnana? Becoming that. I know these all people are okay, they are all good people, but I differentiate. That means you have the knowledge, you know they are, but still at the same time, that means you have the knowledge, but you are not vijnani. Vijnani cannot do that. Why? Because he becomes that. He cannot differentiate at all. So that is the reason that knowledge, when they say that we have realized God, there are variations are there, gradations are there. So some type of faith has come, there is God. That is a very lower stage. Of course, better than those who do not understand at all. That is better. But that is also lower. And some people feel that God is there, so they are accordingly they behave. That is another good. But when they think that there is nothing but God and I am also that is called Vijnana. So Vijnani, he cannot differentiate. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna could not work at all. He was going and talking to the people, and then slowly, he was transforming. And this is the only avatar in the when he came as the Sri Ramachandra, he didn't keep behind him any organization. As a Krishna, no organization. He just performed and left. But in the modern time, when the same God came, as Sri Ramakrishna, he understood that an organization is necessary. And that is the reason he was collecting that Lord Jesus also, the same way he was collecting, choosing his own disciples so that they can carry on his flag. Sri Ramakrishna also was doing the same way. And this, when he came to Calcutta under the pretext of the illness, obviously many people, the householders, they were coming and they were assembling, and young people also came, and they got very much devoted to Sri Ramakrishna, and they started serving him, attending him, started staying with him. So they were free because they are not married, mostly they were not. So they came and they were giving their time and their services. And those who were in the household, having the business or the different profession, so they were going back and they attending their businesses. And whenever time permitted, they came. They were also in the assembly and they were helping by donating money. So these two groups, the householders group and the dedicated young people, Sri Ramakrishna Dev, he was developing them together. Lifestyle completely different, but ideology is the same, God realization. So they were working, and this he was doing in a very practical way, and he introduced practical Vedanta. That is a different thing, and many of you know that if you can see God by closing your eyes, if you can realize God in meditation, why can't you realize God with open eyes? Can't you see God? Because there is nothing but God. Everything is nothing but the manifestation of God. Only if you withdraw your ego, you can feel that, you can see that. So that is exactly what Sri Ramakrishna was developing, and he was showing that it is the Jnana and Vijnana. He wanted that his disciples should be Vijnani so that they can apply that knowledge. Swami Vivekananda said that is called the Vijnana, statement of Vijnana. He said, "My gods are those whom by mistake you call as man. A special object of worship are the poor, the downtrodden, the illiterate, the oppressed." This is called Vijnana. He felt it, he saw it. And that is why he was again and again, he was saying, go and serve them. Whoever will serve them will get liberation. And whoever will do this, my power will enter into them. So these are the very powerful words, and these are the statements of the Vijnanavada of Vedanta. This is called Vijnanavada, based on the true experience. So this is Vijnana, a richer knowledge. If a thorn gets into your foot, a second thorn is needed to take it out. When it is out, both thorns are thrown away. So you have to procure the thorn of knowledge to rescue from the thorn of ignorance. It is not jnana vijnana. It is ajnana and jnana. To go beyond ajnana, ignorance, that all this world is nothing but the variety of things, all separate, that is ajnana. To go beyond this, to overcome this illusion, this wrong knowledge, you have to go to sadhu sangha, the holy company. And from there, learning this, you must remove that ignorance. You become jnani. And jnani means the conviction has come, it is God who has become everything. So that is the two thorns. It is not jnana or vijnana. Sometimes, the other day, one lady was telling, the jnana is one thorn and vijnana is another thorn. No. The ignorance is one thorn and jnana is the another thorn. That is the example Sri Ramakrishna gave. Of course, as because he is telling the almost in the same time, so there may be a chance of misunderstanding. It is the ignorance which is like a thorn, and to take it out, another thorn. Sometimes in the villages where they will go to the hospital, there is no hospital nearby. So obviously, these are all the things they are all the time they are doing. So they take out another thorn and use that thorn to take out the first one. Then they throw both. The ajnana and jnana, both should be thrown. Why? Because that time you are big jnani. So if you are having the idea that God is there, that won't help you to realize God. So we are little higher than the ignorant, but this much. So that's why he is mentioning, if a thorn, you have to procure the other thorn, knowledge, to remove the ignorance. Then you must set aside both knowledge and ignorance. God is beyond both knowledge and ignorance. This is a bold statement. Even the conviction that God is there is not God. You have to feel, you have to realize that you and everyone around is nothing but God. That is called God realization. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in a different way, he tried to give us this. He said, suppose there is some milk, and if you go on repeating the word milk, 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 without drinking it, do you think you'll become strong? No. You have to drink it. The same way, when you are thinking only, that won't help you. You have to transform. Then this is the best point in the teaching. You have to convert yourself, transform yourself into that divinity where you become God yourself. Is a call for completely transforming oneself. The Sri Ramakrishna ideology, Sri Ramakrishna philosophy, Sri Ramakrishna path is nothing but making the human being gods and goddesses. So this we have to understand. This is not ordinary thing. There's sometimes whether we are practicing rituals or not, this is not the main point. Ritual is necessary. For people it is necessary. And those who are beginners, of course the ritual is must. Majority of the people, most of the people, they are the beginners, so ritual is always necessary. But those who are advanced, those who are really trying, that they should understand ritual has given us an idea that there is God. Then the philosophy is giving us another brighter conception that God has become everything. Then ultimately the realization gives us the third step. I am that God and I have become everything. So this Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, ignorance, knowledge and the super knowledge, that is Vijnana. Ajnana, Jnana and Vijnana. The God is beyond both knowledge and ignorance. Once Lakshmana said to Rama, brother, how amazing it is that such a wise man like Vasishtha wept bitterly at the death of his sons. Rama said, brother, he who has knowledge must also have ignorance. He who has knowledge of the one thing must also have knowledge of many things. He who is aware of light is also aware of darkness. Brahman is beyond knowledge and ignorance, virtue and vice, merit and demerit, cleanliness and uncleanliness. See, this is really very difficult even to keep in our intellectually also to think in that way. Shall we not be a truthful person? Of course. These are the basis. But that is not the ultimate goal. Sometimes we make mistake thinking that I am not telling the lies, I am not stealing, I am not killing, I am not doing this or that. That is what I am religion. No, that is only the basic. There is nothing. Really, there is nothing. Comparing with the ultimate realization, that is the beginning only. And then when ultimately a tremendous love comes, which embraces each and every one, and that is the manifestation of the realization. Why you love everyone without any discrimination? Because you don't see anyone else but yourself. You don't see anyone else but yourself. Do you notice that the teaching of Lord Jesus, love thy neighbor as thyself, is a modality, of course, a very good ethics, but at the same time, thyself. So I love my neighbor, they're also good people, so I should have a good condition, relation with them. Not like that. They are also you. So Swami Vivekananda said, understanding other religion or cooperating with them, it's okay. It is nothing like that. You have to feel that that is also a true path. And as you respect your own path, you have to respect the other path also. So that it is not tolerance, it is acceptance. It is not so easy. The toleration is okay. The different countries, they have the laws, and you cannot disturb others, you cannot do this, that. So we are tolerating, okay, let these people do. But toleration is different thing. Accepting that they are also doing the same thing. Friends, these teachings is very, very difficult to understand. Even the so-called, that religious people also won't be. For them, the one God is there, and I am loving my God, and every day morning I am taking His name, evening I am taking His name. I am not cheating others. That's the good people, of course, but they are not that way religious, spiritual people. It's a completely different. And again we have to remember all the time, the manifestation of the realization of God comes through love only. And there is no difference. In that love, there should not be any difference. And that is the main teaching. Sri Ramakrishna, he recited the following song of Ram Prasad. Now, in the teaching of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, ignorance we have to remove. How? Through knowledge. Then the knowledge we have to overcome through higher knowledge called Vijnana. The Ajnana, ignorance, Jnana, knowledge, and Vijnana, supreme knowledge. These are the steps. We have to be Vijnani. Otherwise, we are not completing our journey. Yached abedit ata satyam asti. If you realize God here and now, then you are blessed. So that is the reason we have to again and again study the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Sometimes some people say, we have completed the gospel. And now 1,000 pages is nothing. You go on reading 10 or 20 pages every day. You complete. And now it is nothing like that. It is not the college, some subject you are studying and completing that. And any question, I can give the answer. Any next, it's no project actually. The project is only one. You have to go on reading every page again and again and again and again till you feel, yes, all that I see is nothing but the same God manifested. Everything, everywhere. Many people won't accept it at all. Some will say, okay, your God and my God. Your God is different, my God is different. Though my God is higher, but I am not going to claim that right this moment. Because we are civilized, in the civilized society, I know my God is better, but then there's a funny story. Then, of course, the jokes. in a school, the one lady teacher, she told, if you can say which God is the best and the highest, I will give you $5. All the children, the kids. Then the one boy who was actually by religion, he was a Jewish boy, he raised the hand. Then yeah, you can say that? Well, yes. The who? Jesus, of course. Acha, you love Jesus? You think Jesus is God? Then she gave that $5 bill. Taking the bill, he folded it, kept it in his pocket, and said, "Ma'am, in my heart I know that is my God is the best, but business is business." So I have to earn that $5, and I know that you are a Christian. If I say Jesus is the best, I will get that $5. So I said that. Though it should not be like this. So Vijnana is a completely different conception. And we cannot think of as if there is an iota of selfishness. No, we won't be able to understand. This Ramakrishna, that's why Swami Vivekananda, please don't misunderstand it. Sri Ramakrishna said, he is the most perfect and the best. Most perfect and the best in the spiritual realm. Why? Because of this, his conception of the Vijnana is unique. And he's there, it is all coming. And only to make this about this an awareness in the local society, we have started, Vedanta Society of Chicago, we have started one session in our new ashram in Chicago, which is known as Home of Harmony. Every Saturday, we are inviting different religious organizations to present their views. You know, from 22 we have started, 23, 24, but no other organization invited us. And it will take long time. Some of them, they are coming, and they have expressed their happiness after coming. Oh, it is so nice, it is so good. But those speakers who are coming from different faiths, they have no courage or that way to introduce these in their congregation. Inviting others in their congregation is very difficult. So that they think that this is my religion, and for that they are ready to kill others, beat others, torture others, hate others. That is okay. And by doing that, they are thinking that they will go to heaven. Look at it. The level of ignorance. You say that God has created this world. Now God has created all being then if you are thinking that particular process that other people are doing, if you go and torture them, God will be happy? Then how it is possible? God has created everyone. That means it is all beings are the same. How come that when you are beating another son of the same God, the father will be happy? So, friends, we have to think when we are reading this book, we have to apply this knowledge in our life also. If this type of knowledge we acquire when we are children, then when you grow up all over the world, in every state, every country, who are the leaders? The members of the same society. Who are the leaders? They were also the children of the same society in the different countries, in different society. If they all know this truth, then at least they will be kind enough to help others and won't go and kill them. We are going on making the rules. We are going on arranging the meetings, but we are not changing the views, the outlooks, and our conceptions. If we can do that, then only we will understand this human society is precious. If all of us, we understand this, think of it. There is no passport, there is no visa. There is like one country. Each can go to another country, can have these, and so wonderful. And we think about the heaven. Is the heaven is also having the borders? We do not know. Guarding by some guards, some soldiers, we do not know. We cannot think of. Heaven means all place of happiness. Of course, different conceptions about heavens are there, but even then, it is a place of happiness. This world can become, and that is why the present Avatar Varishta, and his teaching, which has been nicely recorded in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Kathamrita, that if we read and then apply it in our society, change may come. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is now reciting the following song of the Ramprasad. Come, let us go for a walk, O mind, to Kali, the wish-fulfilling tree. And there, beneath it, gathered the four fruits of life. When will you learn to lie, O mind, in the abode of blessedness? With cleanliness and defilement on either side of you? Only when you have found the way to keep your wives control under a single roof, will you behold the matchless form of Mother Shyama. This is a very famous song in Bengali. I mon বেড়াতে যাবি কালী কল্পতরু মূলে মন চারি ফল কুড়ায় পাবি. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are the goals of human life. First is the dharma, righteousness. Artha, then the wealth. Kama, your desires that you have to fulfill with the help of the wealth and money. And the moksha, ultimately the liberation. So the whole life, the human life, it begins with the dharma, the righteousness, your proper duty, and then ends in moksha. The Shyama Babu, he is mentioning, sir, what remains after one throws away both thorns? Now, Shyama Babu is asking this. That's a very good question. But friends, we will stop over here today, and then we will read in the next Wednesday. But the reply of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna against this question is unique. And he knew all the scripture, though he never read it. But he heard and he knew from his own heart. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So the first question is from Swami Babu. Swami Babu is asking how should one pray at his advanced age who has not gone initiation? What kind of prayer should I do?
Oh, but it doesn't matter. You know, initiation means an accepting an ideology, and if you accept the ideology of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, which is nothing but love and unselfishness, then pray to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, please give me this love so that I can love all being. And please give me this unselfishness so that I can serve all being, and which is nothing but you. So this is the broader way. But Swami Babu, I will say, just say to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, "Oh Father, please hold my hand and take me to your own abode. I do not know how to pray. I do not know how to meditate. Please hold my hand and reveal thyself before me. Even though I do not know you, but you are my father, you are my mother, you know me. So please hold my hand." By this way, if you pray, you will find, and within few days you will find, the wonderful solace is coming, calmness is coming, and you will feel the presence of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He is present everywhere. Thank you.
YouTube user, he goes by S and M. He is asking, how is the world separate from Brahman or God? If everything is Brahman or God, if we accept the world which is God, then where does the bondage come from?
So this is actually a question that we find in the Shankaracharya in his book. He himself is raising this question and answering. This is the ignorance, you know. They say the ajnana, this ignorance, where from this is coming? That is the question. And Shankaracharya replied in the Vivek Chudamani, you know that is the question, where from it come? That is we were discussing. Whenever these chances come, we always discuss, I am separate from God. How can I think in that way? I am that. How can I think that I am separate? Because something has differentiated, and that is called the ego. Where from the ego comes? It is the Maya. What is that Maya? The power of God. And why it is? That is the God's play. Ultimately, we go to that reply that this is the divine play of God. This is Maya. But in reality, we are all suffering because of the ego. So now, first we have to understand the ego, and then we have to go beyond the ego, eradicate the ego. Then you will get your answer. You need not to ask this question to anyone. You yourself will feel, oh, that was ignorance. Now I am free from that. Thank you. Okay, thank you, friends. So let us chant this mantra and we conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dritavigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.